Hello everyone, back again with us. For this video, I want to make a recommendation for the 7 best PC 2022 adventure games for you. Adventure-themed games have always been the main focus in every video game genre, such as survival, open world, RPG, action, and many others. Playing this type of game is indeed very fun and not dull. In adventure games, players are required to complete various missions while exploring the fantasy world contained in the game. Without needing to linger to make you curious about what Adventure PC 2022 games are, let's watch this video until it's finished. Before going into the discussion, don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you don't miss our latest videos. Devil May Cry 5. This game carries the action, adventure, and hack and slash genres, whereas Devil May Cry 5 was developed by Capcom. This game centers on a mysterious figure named V. He comes to Dante at Devil May Cry's office. His arrival brings a task that is not easy, namely defeating a super strong demon figure who will threaten the world. The story in this game has a relatively simple and informative timeline. Of course, we are spoiled with the visuals provided to create action games with style. The environment in the game is made as detailed as possible, such as particle effects when buildings are destroyed, or clothing materials make this game look alive. Half-Life, Alyx. Unlike other adventure games, Half-Life, Alyx is made into a virtual reality game with a first-person perspective. Because this game is based on FPS, in VR visuals, the guns focus more on the camera, and we can aim weapons freely like in the real world. There is a sensation of horror, puzzles to very cool actions where players can use various objects as protectors in the game. Valve developed impressive gameplay for players, where players can easily drag items right at the player using VR. As well as providing a combat atmosphere that players cannot feel in a standard FPS form. SEKIRO, Shadows Die Twice. This game tells the story of a shinobi in the Sengoku period named Sekiro. He is trying to avenge a samurai who attacked and kidnapped his master. The gameplay focuses on stealth, exploration, and combat, particularly in boss battles. This game presents a beautiful and massive world simultaneously brutal in the Japanese Sengoku era. Sekiro game also has unique gameplay with a mechanism similar to the previous sequel. Of course, players must adapt to understand the mechanics of this gameplay so that they don't find it difficult in the future. Horizon Zero Dawn. The plot follows Aloy, a young hunter, in a world where machines have ruled. So he went to be able to reveal his past. Here players use ranged weapons and spears and can sneak to combat mechanized creatures and other enemy troops. The skill tree gives players new abilities and bonuses. In addition, players can explore the open world to find locations and perform side quests. This game presents a capable open world, with changing weather and light and shadow effects, making the Horizon Zero Dawn game look more alive. With a vast world, players can explore from the start with a variety of activities there. First, of course, there are main missions that can complete the storyline in the game. There are also side missions presented with something too ordinary and cliché like the adventure game format players often find. And most quests instruct players to kill monsters or look for items to complete them. Red Dead Redemption 2. The story is set in 1899, following the exploits of criminal Arthur Morgan as a Van der Linde gang member. Arthur must face the decline of the Wild West while trying to defend himself against government forces, rival gangs, and other foes. This game offers an immersive and realistic open-world theme ever. With an exciting storyline, players must find a place to take refuge and unite all members of the protagonist's gang. The delivery of the storyline is quite simple, with background support that makes players more curious about what happens next. One basic gameplay is hunting, and players can control simple controls to find animals, find the best position to shoot and launch fatal attacks. Players can also interact with NPCs with different reactions to each character, like talking to real other players. The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt. The game takes place in a fictional fantasy world based on Slavic mythology. Players can control a monster slayer known as the Witcher, and he is named Geralt of Rivia. In the story, he is looking for his adopted daughter, who is on the run from another world of poaching. Players will go through many dangers, interact with NPCs, and improve Geralt's abilities. This game has 3 possible endings that can be determined by the player at essential points in the narrative. Carrying the open world concept, this game has provided an extensive, even more, comprehensive game map than the previous Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim. This fantasy world is full of monsters and secret places with a lot of treasure. The interactions between characters and NPCs are more lively and systematic, like in the real world. The Witcher 3: Wild Hunt is an action RPG game that can be almost perfect in every aspect. It starts from the graphics, gameplay, and storyline to the characterizations of the characters. Hades. In the game, the player controls a character named Zagreus, son of Hades. It tries to escape from the underworld to reach Mount Olympus, and sometimes it will be rewarded given to players from other Olympus gods. Players can increase their attributes from this prize, so they don't die quickly when fighting strong enemies. This game has a roguelike concept, where each room the player enters is randomly generated, and the game Hades apply a permanent death system. If Zagreus dies during a mission, the player will restart the game from the starting point without any checkpoints. Zagreus also has several skill abilities to defeat his enemies. Of course, each weapon has a different attack pattern and speed, depending on the gun the player prefers. Well, how? Quite interesting is not the recommendation for this 2022 PC adventure game we provide. With each game control quite different in each contest, players can choose which game is most suitable for themselves. You can tell us in the comments column if you have a recommendation for a PC adventure game that we haven't mentioned. If you like this video, you can share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and see you in the following video.